And I think that a lot of these ideas will be very familiar to you. It's not, it's nothing that we haven't heard a lot about before, but I think it's important to articulate some of these frames when we think about trying to improve, reinvent the teaching and learning process. And one is this idea, number two, about technology being about more than tools. So I think that in the history of instructional technology, educational technology, whatever you want to call it, it's tended to be a tools-first approach, whether that's because of who's designing the technologies or the grant that lands a bunch of tech in a classroom and then we have to figure out what to do with it. And the tools matter, of course, but I'm finding it much more useful now to think about technology as context. That, as we know, technologies in media are completely reshaping and redefining the spheres of our spheres of operation, the orbits that we travel in, right? They're redefining what relationships are and who can communicate and how they can communicate with each other. So I think that this matters when we think about education, because instead of thinking about what do we do with these tools or what's a tool that can enable me to do X, we can think about how do we educate our students for this world in which technology is part of the surround. So taking the fundamental question out of that fine grain level of this class or this activity and more into this world that they're in and that they're heading into, which is filled with uncertainty. So how do we think about technology as context, not just as the stuff we use for them to learn the stuff that we've been teaching. So that's